Yo, what's up? I just wanted to come on here and kind of just express how I'm feeling right now, kind of talk to you who feel the same and can relate to me right now. You know, I'm 19 years old, just turned 19, just about a week ago. And honestly, mentally, I feel like I'm 40. And it's crazy to say because everyone around me, I can't relate to, right? So whether it's friends that I keep close to me who are around my age, 20, 21, 19, 22, whatever it is, it's hard for me to relate to them, right? And not only that, it's also due to the fact that I know exactly where I want to be in life, right? The feeling of wanting success is something that I resonate with so deeply, to the point where I don't want to talk about anything else that doesn't correlate to success of myself or success of someone that I'm talking to, whether it's based on their achievements or something that they want to pursue. But if I'm talking about someone else or something else going on that has to do with a completely irrelevant topic, where we're going based on like some people or famous people who have accomplished certain things or drama about those situations, I just don't care. And it's hard because a lot of those people around you, that's what they care about, right? And it's like, I just can't relate, dude. Like, I can't, because I just want to get better. I want to improve. I want to do my best in martial arts. I want to learn more jiu-jitsu. I want to continue to train every day. I want to continue training boxing, Muay Thai. Like, I want to do these things, which I am doing already. And also, to pursue the goal of my success, which I'm doing now, is day trading, right? So I want to continue day trading and not getting distracted by, you know, the thing all young people get distracted with, drugs, sex, getting conflicted with their own ego and trying to prove others, so they buy unnecessary shit. I just don't want to get involved, bro. And it's like to that point where that's why mentally I feel like I'm 40 years old, because I don't relate. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be near you. I don't want to hang out and do nothing. Like, I don't get that, you know. I don't understand it. So when someone comes to me and is telling me, oh, like, you want to hang out, you want to, I don't want to chill. I don't want to hang out. I don't want to chill nothing. You understand? So I want to do what I want to do. I want to pursue it. I don't give a fuck about anyone else's opinion. And, you know, like, sometimes I'll talk to people and they will tell me flat out that, you know, like, why don't you want to do this, bro? Just relax, just take a chill, just do this, just do that, just come with us. But it's to the point where I don't want to do it, you know? There's no reward for me. In the short term, everything feels great. That dopamine you're gonna get, that dopamine rush, it's gonna feel amazing. But what I've realized, what I've come to ponder upon, right, is that long-term regret is so much more painful. Like, the next day, the next couple days after you do something which you know deep down inside is wrong, whether something that, like, you missed a workout, or you went out to a party and you did something, or you tried this, you tried a drug, like, whatever it is, bro, whatever you slipped up on, maybe you cheated on your girl, like, I don't know. But that long-term regret is something that it just eats you alive. And I can't live a day where I don't want that reward by completing the things I know I have to do, which is within your discipline, to complete those things you know you have to do, to get better and improve on, and then feel the reward. It's so much better at night when you're about to sleep and you know you did everything right you were supposed to do for that day. And I'm not saying everything's perfect, but what I am saying is that it beats that short-term rush, right? Because that short-term rush is going to give you the feelings of happiness, satisfaction, and you're just going to feel great. But before you go to sleep at night, you're going to feel like shit. And you know what happens when you feel like shit and you go to sleep? You wake up and you feel like shit. And it's a fucking process, bro. And that's kind of what happened to me, is because I just got involved with dumb shit. I started caring about other people's problems. I started caring about things that aren't important to me, right? So it gets to a point, bro, where you have to, and I think in every man's life, you have to become selfish, right? And even now, I have one or two friends that I know deep down, they want to find success. So they have that same kind of feeling as me. And in a way, we don't hang out as much, but we have a deeper connection because we both have the same goals, the same ideas, the same morals. And we don't hang out as much as other people I'll see here and there. But like, as I'm saying in the past, other people I would see here and there, meaning I would hang out with basically losers, because to put it that way, they weren't doing much to improve their own life besides mainly what society tells them. But there's no real improvement, right? You have to be doing, discipline is something you have to follow every day. You can't be 50-50, at least not with me. I'm not a 50-50 person. I'm either all in or I'm all out. So that's the way I view life. That's the way I view things. Everyone has their own perspective. This is from my perspective, my opinion, and I don't give a fuck about anyone else's opinion. Because anyone else's opinion, you can have your own opinion. I don't care. I'll have my own. You can have your own. I don't want to argue. It is what it is. People want to argue about opinions. They're just wanting to prove their own point because they don't believe it enough themselves, and they want to shove it down your throat so that you can agree with them, and they get more satisfaction and basically getting assured from it, from their own point of view. So anyways, back to that point where those friends that I have a deeper connection with, one or two, I understand what they're going through and they understand what I'm going through. So it's to a point where we're not seeing each other. But for example, I'll train with one of my boys, and you know, we know exactly how we want to push ourselves. We want to push ourselves past that point of failure, past that limit, and we won't take no for an answer, right? So it's all about pushing each other, especially as men. We want to push our fellow friends, our fellow companions. Like, we want to push ourselves further and further. And if we're holding each other back, or we're staying in the same place, if you're being idle, meaning you're not moving in any direction, you're literally sinking down. Because staying complacent is the worst way possible, and it deteriorates your mental thinking, your mind. So, you know, and all these mistakes I did when I was about 17, 18, just recently turned 19. So kind of just reflecting on the past and mentally why I feel double my age. But it's funny, dude. It really is funny. I think some people out there will agree with me, some people will disagree. So I'm excited to see what you guys really think. But I think it's just part of life, you know. And that's kind of what I realized, is that I thought when I was younger that everybody had the same like view. Look at the sunset. The same view as me, in terms of, I thought everybody wanted to improve. I thought people, like, we want to help each other, we want to be kind, we want to like push ourselves, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to do it. But the world is just, and as we all know, like, we get told as kids that the world is cruel. The world is fucking cruel, bro. I mean, it is what it is. But at the same time, you can't let that drag you down to the point where, you know, you're becoming lazy, you're losing ambition, and you're losing discipline, and you're just going based on how you feel. Because that is the worst thing. Men that go based on how they feel are just boys. You're just a little kid in a man's body. You do not have the same fortitude of an actual man mentally, because you don't hold that capability. Like, I look at people, and based on things they say, I just wonder, like, I'm deeply concerned. How does your mind work? Like, what makes you think of certain things that you just say? Like, what does your brain, how do you think? It's very important how a person thinks, because that shows their level of IQ and basically how they interpret things based on how people tell them, or what they learn and how they interpret it is what they say. Based on what people say, you can kind of just gauge how they think. And if someone thinks low is in a low vibration, they don't say anything that's going to give you that wow factor that's going to actually make you think deeply, right? And as a man, you have to be confident. And this is another thing I learned, is that you kind of just have to say it how it is. Like when I was younger, maybe in high school, I was kind of just a little unconfident, didn't really say what needed to be said when it had to be said, right? So I kind of just brushed it off. But now I kind of just call a spade, right? You have to just call things how it is. You have to call people out on their shit. And people will call me on my shit, saying like, oh bro, you didn't wake up today, you didn't make your prayer, you missed this workout, you missed this training with us, you came late. Like, I appreciate that. And that's what I'm saying. Back to that point that I made earlier. On the short term, you're gonna get a little pissed off. You're gonna become a little upset. But the long term, you're gonna think about it later after the workout, and you're gonna be like, you know what? I appreciated what my friend said that could help me improve my life, right? Because he called me out on something that I should be showing up for every day. Why? Because it's worth my value, right? My friend knows my value, and he knows my potential, and by doing certain things that he knows and we both know I'm not going to hit my potential with. So it's important that your circle is pushing you and they're giving you reminders. And you have other friends on the other spectrum where it'll kind of go like, yeah, I'm working out, I'm doing my thing. But for one example I'll give you is when I started working out last year, I had a friend and he was like, yeah bro, you're looking really good, you're leaning out. Deep down, I knew I wasn't leaning out. I was telling him because I was insecure. I wanted someone else to say it, right? I needed some validation. So I told him like, yo, am I looking better? Am I looking leaner? Deep down, I knew I gained weight. And he also knew that I gained weight, but he was saying it to the point where I look good, I'm leaning out, I'm getting muscle, but the scale said otherwise, right? So the facts rule over reality, because oh shit, there's like a bunch of mosquitoes. Holy. The facts rule out everything based on opinion and feelings. So if you have a friend who won't tell you the truth, they're holding you back. And the reason I tell the truth is because I hold myself accountable for the truth. And if I hold myself accountable for the truth, I will tell everyone else the truth. That shows someone's character and their confidence is built through their discipline, right? Because if they're not going to tell you what it is, that means most likely they don't tell themselves the reality of their own situation. So if you guys related to this video or anything that I've said, any of these points, I just wanted to kind of throw myself out there. Definitely comment below, let me know. I'll be replying to every comment. So appreciate you guys. Stay disciplined and trust God. Catch you guys later.